Well, hello everybody. Because I'm not a racist, because I think racism is for low consciousness retarded people, because I'm opposed to racism, I think that black people should be held accountable for their actions, just like white people, Asians, anybody. If you act like a moron, you should be able to face the consequences of your actions. However, a very sad thing seems to have occurred in the United States of America, and we could probably blame white progressive liberals for this. It's the infantilization of black people. More specifically, of some black people. Really, not all. There's plenty of black people who are responsible, non-whiny members of society. But then there seems to be a growing movement of blacks who enjoy what I call black privilege. And what is black privilege? Well, black privilege is the freedom to openly flaunt your racist hatred of others and know there will be zero repercussions for your racist hatred. Now, I'll get back to that in a moment. Today on Twitter, a bit of a firestorm erupted when a man named Clifford Duran threatened to smash a female Donald Trump supporter's laptop. Threatened to smash it because he was triggered by her Donald Trump sticker. Here it is. By the way, this tweet is still up. Twitter, which claims to be opposed to bigotry, is allowing this blatant bigotry to stand. This racist black man right here posted a tweet saying 7,000 retweets and I'll smash this bitch's computer. And he even took a creepy picture. He pulled out his phone and creepily took a picture of this female student right here who had a Donald Trump sticker on her laptop. And he's threatening, if I get 7,000 retweets, I'll quote, smash this bitch's computer. Now, a big firestorm erupted. A lot of people went online and started contacting the university where this took place at, saying, hey, some guy threatened violence. People contacted the university, and finally the university responded, and they interviewed, I guess you could say, I would say interrogated this black student, but I think interviewed is probably the better word, because they were probably being really careful with him for fear of being called racist.
Hey, what's up everybody? I wanted to make this video before I got into my work day. But I wanted to make this video. I mean, at first I didn't want to make this video, but I felt like I had to because basically this video that the Red Pill Philosophy made was very insulting. I mean, really it is. And I believe that he at times can be a very ignorant person. Mind you, of course I saw this video because I do like his content on his channel. But he is very ignorant, and that's why I'm making this video. And he, the main reason why I'm making this video is because he made a video called A Case Study in the Infantilization of Black People. Basically, what he is saying is that blacks are seen as infants. That whatever they do, whether it's bad or good, they're not held responsible for it because people see them incapable of being responsible for their own actions. That is complete bullshit. And I'm willing to debate you any day on that. You can send me an email. My email is dannybeatsmusic@gmail.com. You can send me an email and we can debate that whole subject. Of course, I have to find the time for it because I'm very busy at times. And I've seen you debate this guy. That guy is a complete clown. Let me tell you that. He's a complete clown. But anyways, he said that black people are infantilized. That's bullshit. He also mentioned Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy is full of shit at times. I watch Tommy's videos. He does make great points at times, but I'm sure you don't even agree with him most of the time because he calls white people cave people. He calls them all types of names, and I'm sure you do not agree with that. But anyways, so yeah, he said that blacks are not held accountable for their own actions. That's complete bullshit. And I'm gonna disprove that. I mean, damn, if you have a working brain in your head, remember that commercial? It's some type of commercial for some type of sex. I don't know what it is. I think it's like male enhancement commercial. Where he said, if you have a brain in your head, dial this 1-800 commercial. But anyways, if you have a brain in your head, you know that what he said is bullshit. That blacks are not held accountable for their own actions. But I'm gonna show that later. But anyways, he says that this guy, I think his name is Akpapi. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Forgive me, I have a cold, so you may have me cough, you may have me sniffle, anything like that, because of my allergies. But anyways, he said that Akpapi is racist. I have to dispute that because, anyways, moving on. I disagree with that. And the reason why I disagree with that is because in the post that you show on his Twitter post, I didn't see anything racist. I mean, that makes it to me, that seems so ignorant of you to call him racist when there is no evidence of him being racist. I'm going to read you his Twitter post, at least the ones that you shown. 7,000 retweets and I smashed this bitch's computer. I ain't see nothing racist in that. Maybe you think it's racist because she's seemingly a white girl. I mean, she looked like she may be Middle Eastern to me or Hispanic. She don't look Anglo-white. Maybe that's why you think this is racist, because it's a black man attacking a seemingly white girl. No, that's not racist. That's not racist at all. Just because a white guy beats up a black guy doesn't mean that it's grounded or rooted in racism. It's probably just two dudes who are willing to fight each other, who are ready to throw down. You know, when Bones fight any of his white contenders, that doesn't mean that there's racism involved. So yeah, you're bullshitting on that. Stop calling him a racist, because you do it multiple times in this video. You said that he's a racist black guy, which just makes you sound so damn ignorant, because there was no signs of racism. He did not say this white bitch. Now, if he said 7,000 retweets and I smashed this white bitch's computer, I could totally understand you. I could see where you're coming from. But you don't have that type of ammunition in this argument, because there's nothing that I've seen in this guy's tweet say anything racist. So stop bullshitting your viewers and saying that this guy's racist. Anyways, so Infantilization of black people. That's full of shit. That's bullshit. Now, just because... Now, his reasoning behind this, why he says that blacks are being infantilized, is because this guy who threatened to smash this woman's computer didn't get arrested. That was one of his arguments, saying that white supremacy does not exist. He was saying two things. White supremacy doesn't exist because this guy didn't get arrested, and that blacks are being infantilized because he did not he wasn't charged for a crime, basically. So anyways, so okay, see, look, here it is right here. White supremacy is so oppressive, a black... I can't see if it says anything after that. I think it says racist, a black racist. Okay. White supremacy is so oppressive, a black racist threatening a female student was set free because they can't hold you. Now, he's referring to, he's referencing the dude's friend, Poppy's friend, who said, they can't hold you, bro. Blah, blah, blah. Just because these guys were not arrested for making empty threats, because that's what they seen. I mean, he didn't actually do anything. Just because he made empty threats and were not arrested doesn't mean that white supremacy doesn't exist. I mean, shit. Look at the whole Emmett Till case. In many cases like Emmett Till, where whites were not prosecuted, they were not convicted, simply because they were white. The judge said something like, I'm not going to convict a white man because of him killing a black kid, or something like that. It was something like that. Even though there were witnesses that witnessed everything that happened to Emmett Till, the white people were not convicted because the white judge did not want to convict white people over killing a black person. So, just because these guys were not arrested because of that does not mean that white supremacy does not exist. I mean, seriously, dude. Just because everybody doesn't, just because excuse me, just because everybody doesn't witness a shark attack doesn't mean that it does not exist. You know what I'm saying? That's very ignorant of you to say something like that. Or to even imply that white supremacy does not exist simply because these guys were not arrested. Maybe the cops, after investigating what happened, found out that this was an empty threat and that guy was just joking. And maybe he was just joking with his friend. Maybe that female was his friend. Who knows? That's probably why they were not prosecuted. I mean, it makes sense to me. That's probably why they weren't prosecuted. Doesn't mean that white supremacy doesn't exist. It doesn't. But anyways, let me see. Let me scroll through this a little bit more. So he's basically saying, like I said many times before, blacks are viewed as infants. We're never held responsible for anything. Well, what about the DC snipers? Because when they were black, they were arrested for killing people. I mean, I would think that if blacks were not held accountable for their actions, blacks wouldn't be filling up jails and prisons as much as we do. If we weren't held accountable for our actions, I knew a lot of people who got locked up for doing bad things, and guess what? Most of them were black. Because I grew up in a black neighborhood, of course. So yeah, what do you mean? The infantilization of black people, because that implies that blacks are not held responsible for their own actions because society looks at them as if they were a child. So no, you can't do that because No, they don't know better. Give them a slap on the hand. That's bullshit. And when you suggest things like that, that's insulting. That is fucking insulting. And it is just downright ignorant. It's downright ignorant. I sometimes I really don't understand your angle. I don't know where you're coming from, because you say that you're not racist. You say that you don't like racist. Yet there's tons of racists. There's a lot of white racists who flock to your videos. I can tell you this. You know this. Look in your comment section. You'll see all this nigger. And nothing ever happens to them. I mean, even when you look on other channels, videos and stuff where the video may have nothing to do with black people at all, yet you see nigger. Yet nothing happens to those people. Now, he was complaining. He was saying that one of the reasons why he was saying that black people are infantilized is because nothing happened to him. Well, first, the cops came and talked to him, so I guess something did happen. The cops detained him, and also Twitter suspended his account, which he admitted to right here, saying that he said, "Update and a shocking display of justice." Shocking display of justice, really. Twitter has suspended the racist, called him racist again, racist black man's account. Now he knows what it feels like to be treated. Sorry, I can't see the screen. To be treated the way any white person saying racist shit would. That's bullshit. I have seen a bunch of racist tweets. And Twitter is good at handling tweets, just because there's so much controversy with Twitter all the time that they have to be on high guard. So Twitter does a good job of taking a lot of racist shit down and just derogatory stuff down. But I have seen racist tweets, posts, comments, stuff like that were not taken down at all. So does that mean that whites are infantilized too, because a lot of those comments weren't taken down? I mean, I seen comments and posts of them threatening to kill blacks, weren't taken down. So does that mean that they're infantilized too? So it goes around. There are many cases where blacks get away with things, whites get away with things, Hispanics get away with things. So you can't just say that it just belongs to one group. You just sound so fucking ignorant. I'm going to say this again and again, but your accusations make you sound so damn ignorant. And that's why I say at times I don't understand your angle, because you say that you're not racist, or you don't like racist and you're not racist, but sometimes it seems like you have racist qualities to you. You do. But anyways, yeah. So we're gonna go around and look at some things. Okay, so you do remember the black guy? I'm not sure if you know anything about it, but remember the black guy, because he says that white supremacy does not exist. But like I said, the whole Emmett Till thing. Look at the black guy, the older black gentleman who was arrested. He was detained and arrested in Seattle just for walking around with a golf club, using it as a cane. Remember the cases, and this happened just last year or just a couple years ago. The whole Seattle thing. I think it happened back in 2014. Yeah, back in 2014. You do remember the cops, the New York cops, and cops from other states and cities, talking about how there is a structure set up in the police force that targets black and Hispanic males. A structure. These are police officers, ex-police officers saying this. Even white officers admitting to this. And yet white supremacy does not exist. You know, just because it doesn't happen in every case, because I'm not saying that white supremacy is everywhere, but white supremacy does exist, just like white privilege exists. Every white person may not have white privilege, but it does exist. But anyways, yeah. Okay, so white privilege. Okay, so because it's very hard to find a definition of white privilege. This is academic at udayton.edu. So this is the University of Dayton's website. So anyways, they have a couple definitions of white privilege. I'm going to skim through this a little bit because I kind of lost the ones that I wanted. Okay, we're going to go to the first one. 1A. A right, advantage, or immunity granted or enjoyed by white persons beyond the common advantage of all others. An exemption in many particular cases from certain burdens or liabilities. Okay. Now, we want to talk about white privilege. What about the black guys? Remember the social experiments where the black guys would walk around with rifles in open carry states, yet whites were able to get away with it? Remember, a right, advantage, or immunity granted or enjoyed by white persons beyond the common advantage of all other races. So, remember. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to go to that. Okay, these videos where there were freaking standoffs with black guys who were carrying AR-15s, rightfully so, because they have it's your First Amendment. It's in the First Amendment. Second Amendment. First Amendment. That was stuck in my mind because of the earlier video that I watched with this chick. But anyways, Second Amendment right to bear arms. In open carry states, which I live in one, I know the law, you are allowed to carry a firearm as long as it's visible, because in open carry states they do have concealed carry laws, which you have to have a license to hide your weapon. So open carry states, you're allowed to walk around with your firearm as long as you are not threatening people with your firearm, like pointing pointing at people and stuff like that. Also, you have to follow, some establishments rules, like because some places do not permit firearms, like in government establishments and stuff like that. Okay, but you have the right to stand in front of your house, walk down the street with a firearm, as long as you're not harassing people. There are many videos of this online where whites are walking down the street, they are not bothered. Now, I'm not saying that all whites are not harassed, because I have seen videos where some are harassed, but majority of them are left alone. But when a black is doing it, less than a couple minutes, they are being harassed. And there was a good social experiment video where they had a white guy do it and a black guy do it. White guy walked down the street, wasn't bothered. Black guy did it within a couple minutes. Cops were called. They were pointing guns at him, telling him to get down on the ground, get down on the ground. Yet he is doing everything lawfully. He is exercising his Second Amendment, and he is in an open carry state. Yet there were problems. So don't tell me that white privilege does not exist, because it does. And just because everybody does not witness it, or just because everybody does not receive it, they don't get it, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Because I know that there are whites who do not get the advantages that other whites do have. But there is a such thing as white privilege. And if you look at the definition, this shit fits it to a T. How is it that a white guy can walk down the street with with a gun, a rifle, but a black man can't? So, red pill. Like I said, I would debate you whenever I have the free time. But I would debate you any day on this. Any day. Because I'm not ignorant and make overgeneralizations like you do. I know that sometimes you have to overgeneralize just to make a point. But when you say that blacks are being infantilized, that's bullshit. Because look at this guy. He didn't even do anything wrong. But they were willing to kill him just because of something he didn't do. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say that blacks are not held responsible for their actions. Look at the woman in DC, the black lady who went crazy and she drove towards the White House and around the Capitol Hill area, and she was gunned down. They didn't take her lightly. They didn't think it was a damn joke. They killed her ass because they thought she was a threat. So the whole infantilization of black people, that's a bullshit case study. It's not even a... Man, dog, you're used to debating with idiots or something. I don't know. I mean, whoever believes this shit, they're fucking idiots too. Now, I'm calling you an idiot simply because of what you're saying about this. I mean, you seem like a bright guy, but you seem very biased at times. You seem very biased. And I'm sure a lot of people who watch your video can agree with me, except for the racist ones, because, like I said, your videos do attract a lot of racists. And I'm sure you know this. But, yeah. How is this guy racist again? I would like to know. I would like to see evidence of the tweets that you've shown. Now, I'm not saying that this guy doesn't have other tweets, but based on the tweets that you've shown us, I see nothing racist. The infantilization of black people is bullshit. It's complete bullshit. And you, sir, you know that. But that's all I have to say. You guys take care. And I'll see you guys later. Or talk to you later. Peace. Oh yeah, and I forgot to pull this up. I actually put it up for like a split second and then X out the screen. Infantilization of black people. Okay, remember this. The white woman who tried to slash the officer's throat. Remember that. She was later, her charges were later dropped. I don't know exactly why they dropped her charges. But does that mean because this white woman, her charges were dropped for actually trying to kill an officer? I mean, what she did was beyond what the guy did in the post, saying that he smashed the old girl's computer. This woman actually tried to kill another person, which I'm sure you agree with me is a much more serious matter. She tried to kill this guy, and the charges were dropped, or they were lessened, something like that. I can't remember, but I think they were dropped. So since she got away with attempted murder, does that mean that whites are being infantilized too? See, this is what I'm talking about, and this is why your theory of black people being infantilized is complete bullshit. It's complete bullshit. You know it. I know it. Okay? And, to tell the truth, I really think that videos like the videos that you make, all they do is just really distance the relationships between blacks and whites. It really does. It strains the relationship because it's pointing fingers at everybody. Instead of everybody accepting the blame, like, okay, we are all flawed humans. We are all flawed. It doesn't matter what racial, ethnic, or cultural group you belong to. We are all flawed. And we have to work together to make things better. But I truly believe videos like yours, where it's just pointing fingers and falsely pointing fingers at people, I think that all that does is just strains the relationship between these different groups. It really does. And it does more hurt than it does healing. That's my personal opinion from what I observed. You know what I'm saying? But really, yeah, that's basically all I have to say. I forgot to, put this into the video. Of course, it's part of the video, but I forgot to show this earlier. But just because this white woman got away doesn't mean that white women are not held responsible, or white people, moreover, are not held responsible for their actions. Could this be a sign of white privilege? Who knows? Does this prove that white privilege exists? Maybe. I wouldn't say that this is one of those definitive cases of white privilege exists, but it could be seen that way. But I'm not saying that it is. But does this mean that white people are infantilized? Infantilized. Infantilized. Does that mean that whites are infantilized? No. It doesn't. So that's just my point. My point is is basically saying that your argument is just fucking stupid, and it's really a waste of time. It really is. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Um, and talk to you guys later. Peace.